each game it was somebody different who was picking up, the team, assuming that leadership role. And I think this is one of the big things that the Raiders are going to have to face this year, someone to pick up that leadership role.
Well, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about ready to start our...
Which is nice, and I look across the way and I see Mary Alice Murphy over there, and she and her husband Ed must have mixed emotions. They lived and died with this team last year and the great season it had. And this year, their son Scotty, who had a great year for the Raiders last year, is wearing the blue and white of Northwood Prep. So they must have mixed feelings today on this ballgame. And by the way, Scotty, as we talked to Coach Tom Broderick, is one of the leaders on this squad and just was elected captain. So that's quite an honor.
Well, to start the game, the Jake Morris line out from Massena. Jake Morris centering Jeff Bigelow on the right wing, and Chris Cameron, a newcomer this year, on the left wing. We're going to have Jason LaBarge out there, and he'll be starting with Aaron Barkley. LaBarge and Barkley are both juniors. For Northwood Prep, it'll be Brian Palmer centering Martin Racicott, and Scott Murphy will be out there to start on the right wing. Sean Doyle and Ben Impry will be starting on defense. In the net, Shane Neal on one side. And for the Massena Red Raiders, it is going to be Javier Garritti, the newcomer.
You mentioned we talked about a captain, and we can't neglect our own captain, big number 3 down there. Jeff Bigelow was elected captain, quite an honor by his fellow teammates, and the assistant captain for the Raiders, Joey Fauché and Jake Morris.
The officials, as we mentioned, Greg Walsh and a guy who has been around forever, Obie O'Brien. We'll see if he can work a little magic out there today.
Jerry, Obie was reffing when I coached.
Yeah.
Obie and I have had a few set twos over the years.
Okay. You mean you used to get on the referees, Dave?
Well, not very often. Once in a while with Obie.
Northwood, but they're right in the thick of things Wednesday night as they'll be hosting the Potsdam Sandstoners. Off the face-off, the puck back into the Massena zone. Barkley flips to LaBarge. Off the boards, center ice. Bigelow trying to get it ahead to Morris, but right there is Cameron to poke it into the Northwood zone. It goes back into the corner, picked up by defenseman Doyle. Can't get it out as Morris got a piece. Bigelow forechecking. It bounces over Morris's stick, and they break it out of there. Palmer, headman. It goes to Murphy. Murphy breaking in right wing. Gets a shot off Garritti. Just gets a glove on it. Goes behind the net. The puck bouncing into the corner, controlled there by Barkley. Barkley flips it ahead for Bigelow on the left wing. Can't get it out of there. It's intercepted once again by Brian Palmer. His shot right on. The save made. And the net's off its moorings as Garritti called upon to make a couple of early saves here as Northwood right off the bat putting pressure on the Red Raiders.
And young Mr. Garritti, a little shaky right off the bat. They flipped a long shot at him right off the bat, the Northwood club. By the way, Jerry, they're playing, this is their, I think, 5th game in 6 days, so they're bound to be a little tired out there.
Of course, the first game for the Massena Red Raiders. We got the Massena second line coming out as Joey Fauché will be centering Tommy Moore and Scott McCracken. Tom Post and Todd Manning will be playing defense for Massena. Coming out, Sean Freeman for Northwood, centering Eric Preston and Brad Preston, the two Preston brothers. And we've been told to watch out for them. They're good players. Ahead to Tommy Moore in the left wing. Headman goes to Fauché, bounces off his stick, and it's bounced back to the red line. Center ice. Here comes Preston, breaking in on the right side. His drive is knocked down, comes in behind the net, off Garritti's stick. Tommy Post now flips it along the boards for Tommy Moore. He drops it back in again behind the net. Back there is Todd Manning, trying to flip it to Post. Goes to Manning. Manning starts out left side. Headman to Moore, out to center ice, dumped right back in the Massena zone. In behind the net it goes. And Manning picks it up for the Raiders. Todd Manning now trying to move it ahead along the glass. McCracken takes a whack at it. Goes free in front. The shot. Garritti the save. The rebound poked back to the blue line. Here's the drive. Right on the save again by Garritti off the stick of Jim Fowler. Puck bounces back out to center ice. It's picked up by Mac Waybright, and he flips it in the Massena zone as Northwood wants a change. Here comes Tommy Post, lugging it to center ice. Across the red line, drops it ahead for Whitcup. His puck taken away, and back the other way comes B.J. Kilborn, taken off his stick by Post. He drops it to Jason LaBarge. LaBarge, long left wing pass, intercepted there by Sean Doyle for Northwood. He flips to the Massena line, intercepted by Post. He runs into the boards. It's picked up by Kilborn, trying to split the D, taken out of the play, and back out to center ice it comes. No, it doesn't. Now it does, out by Whitcup. Dumped right back into the Massena zone. Jason LaBarge is there, top of the face-off circle, right side of Garritti. Takes it in behind the net, flips around on the other side for Barkley, goes by him. Davis manages to get it ahead. Whitcup takes it out. Here's Whitcup along the left wing side, runs into Walsh, the official, but dumps it in the zone anyway. Backboard is Sean Doyle. He's ridden into the boards heavily there, but he manages to come away with it anyway. Here comes Doyle now. Long headman pass. Hits the winger on the right side. That's Jim Stevens, who flips it into the Massena zone. They want to change. Right back come the Red Raiders. On the winger, it's Freddie Kellison. He's ridden into the boards. The puck comes free. It goes to Jimmy Fowler for Northwood. Long headman pass. Intercepted the Massena blue line. They follow it up into the zone. Here's a shot. Goes wide. Taken by Scotty Murphy. Puck around the boards now. Back out to the point. Kept in. Here's a shot deflected right on. Garritti says, where is it? And he sits on it. As he looked behind him, but he did stop it and makes another save. And so far, it's been all Northwood.
Scotty crossed the blue line and unleashed that patented shot of his, and I think if he had found the target, the top side, he had Gritty beaten, but he was just a little wild on it. And on that last exchange, Jerry, Tommy Post Tommy got away with it, but during the course of the season, when you're making a change like the Raiders were on a change, and you're the last man back again, you cannot rush that puck and lose it in that neutral zone because there's nobody back there but that goaltender. In that situation, you've got to dump it.
Jake Morris back out there against Brian Palmer. Face-off left side in the Massena zone, left of Javier Garritti. Transfer goaltender out of Connecticut. Off the face-off, puck bounces around, comes right across the goal mouth into the corner. Jeff Bigelow. Bigelow dumps it around behind the boards for Cameron. Cameron leaves it back to the point. Here's a shot. Garritti's going to glove it and hold on for another face-off. That shot taken from the right point by Mac Waybright for Northwood. As Cameron let it go by, and it did not get out of the zone. Waybright was there to stop it.
A good move by a seasoned goaltender. You tell Garritti made a smart move. His club was running around, didn't like looks of things. He held on to the face-off instead of throwing it off, Jerry. Smart move.
Off the face-off. Puck comes in behind the net. Poked free in front, back to the point. Here's the drive, and Garritti way out of the net to make the save. He's down and out, but the puck comes into the corner. It's controlled by Massena. Jake Morris off the pass from Cameron. Here's Morris leading the attack, goes across the blue line, and Bigelow. Morris made a last-minute fake as he was crossing the blue line, and he faked out his own teammate, Jeff Bigelow. He tried to stay onside, made a valiant attempt to stay onside, but couldn't, and the whistle blows.
Giveaway in the Raider end, Jerry, the young Raider defense, and this is going to happen. Gave it away in their own end, and the Northwood defenseman waltzed in. Garritti coming way out to cut the angle. A very smart move by Javier Garritti.
Off the face-off, Fauche's line out for Massena now. Tommy Moore at the red line. Kind of overskates, picks it up, dumps it into the Northwood zone. It bounces in behind the net. Northwood goaltender Shane Neal leaves it in behind for his defenseman. Around the boards it comes to Eric Preston. Headman goes out to center ice, Sean Freeman. Freeman and Brad Preston cross the blue line. The drop pass to Preston. Preston trying to drop it back to his defenseman, goes back out to center ice. And back into the Massena zone. Tommy Post is there to headman to Fauché. Fauché, his pass intercepted. It comes back to the Massena line. Across it goes, but offsides will be the call as the rushing forward, Eric Preston, crossed the line before the puck did, and we'll face it off again outside Massena territory. We're down to 11:13 left, period number one. And let's see here. On the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 0-0.
You mentioned Northwood's carrying the play, but they've also, this is their 9th or 10th game, Jerry, and the Raiders, this is their first game, so you've got to take that into consideration.
Off the face-off puck. Oh, McCracken throws a hard check, picks up the loose puck, drops it to Fauché, who dumps it in the Northwood zone. It circles in behind the net. Tommy Moore is there to pick it up. Dumps to Fauché. Trying to move around. Fauché the wraparound. The save made by Neal. The puck goes to the side of the net. Still bouncing around. Fauché in there jamming. He's knocked down and the puck squirts free. It's picked up by Sean Freeman. Freeman now stick handles it to the circle. Right side back out. And he lugs it to center ice. Here's Freeman. Fauché comes to back check, but Freeman dumps it in the Massena zone. Tommy Post is there. Picks it up right side of Javier. Starts out on the right. Here comes Post now as Northwood makes a change. Post takes to the red line, flips it all the way down the ice in Northwood territory. Whistles around the boards. Whitcup steps across, trying to pick it up to Davis, but it bounces out to center ice again. And right back comes Northwood. Spiegel across the blue line, drops it in front, and Javier sticks it into the corner. Javier Garritti, the Massena goaltender. Now Massena clears out to center ice again. It's picked up there by defenseman Jimmy Fowler for Northwood, right back into the Massena zone. And that'll be an icing call as they fired it from the wrong side of the red line. That'll move the faceoff back inside Northwood territory.
And back, and this time to give credit to Tommy, the same situation occurred. Raiders were on a line change, helter-skelter in the neutral zone. He waltzed up over the blue line and then dumped it into the offensive end so his club could get organized. Good move by that time by Tommy Post.
Well, that's a sign of a good player, Dave. You make a mistake once, you learn, you don't do it again.
Well, they're young, especially that defense, and the Raiders are going to make a lot of mistakes back there as they go, but they're going to learn.
Off the face-off, the puck controlled by Mac Waybright. Waybright's headman, Freddie Kellison, steps in front of it, backhands it back just inside Northwood territory. Waybright being forechecked by Eddie Davis. Whitcup picks it up, gets a shot off, it's knocked down, follows it into the corner right side. In around behind the net, centering pass, Kellison can't get the shot off, and it goes into the corner and bounces out to center ice off a stick. Here's Jason LaBarge at his own blue line. Flips over to Aaron Barkley. Barkley starts up left side trying to hit his center man. Whitcup bounces off a stick into the zone. Whitcup follows Davis. Davis dumps it in behind the net. Goes from the goaltender's left to his right. Around the boards, LaBarge. His shot deflected right in front. Eddie Davis, backhander, goes wide. Puck into the corner. Massena with their first offensive flurry here. And we got a penalty called, I believe. And, yep, that's our first penalty of the game. It's going to be a holding call. And it looks like the Red Raiders are going to go on the power play here.
Mr. O'Brien making the call against number 12 for the Northwood club. Josh Winch is going to the box, minute and a half for holding. And Stan has been pleased with his power play in the preseason scrimmages, Jerry. He's been very pleased. Looks like he's going to go with his first unit of Chris Cameron, Jake Morris, and Jeff Bigelow, and Tommy Post and Jason LaBarge on the point.
So he's got all the veterans out here on the power play. Comes to LaBarge, left point, goes over to Post. Post tees it up, winds the drive, is way wide. Puck back to the point again. Jason LaBarge flips it in the corner, goes by Cameron. Bigelow picks it up right side of the goalie, in behind. Goes to Cameron, 45, back to the point. LaBarge fakes the shot, goes to Post. Post winds up, holds it, looks, still looks, tries to flip it in, and Bigelow has to come back after it. Takes it right out near center ice, the shot. Bigelow wide, the rebound right in front by Cameron. Nobody there. Back to the point. Here's Post. Post flips it in behind the net. It goes to Morris. It slips by him. And it's picked up there by Impri. Back to the point, Bigelow keeps it in. Flips it in behind the net for Jake Morris, left side of the goalie. Jake now to the 45, stops, looks to set up. 45 seconds left in the man up. It goes to Cameron in behind the net. Here comes Chris now. Back to the point. Jason LaBarge. LaBarge to Tommy Post. Cross ice. Post winds. A shot deflected right on the save made. And the puck picked up there by Scotty Murphy. And he lugs it out to center ice. Here comes Murphy across the blue line. His shot high over the net. And it's picked up by Jason LaBarge. LaBarge circles behind Garitti, flips it ahead out to center ice. It comes to Bigelow, looks for Morris, finds him breaking through the middle. He lost the puck. The puck bounces under the defenseman. Morris takes a whack at it, still can't find it. And finally coming back to pick it up is Mac Waybright. He whacks at it, doesn't get it out. Tommy Post on the knees to try to keep it in, but it slides past him all the way down the ice, and that'll just about take care of the power play. Massena, good job of controlling, but not really any good chances close in.
No, excellent job by the Northwood defense of clearing the front of that net. An excellent job.
There's a shot from center ice that Garitti turns aside easily. And the puck picked up by Aaron Barkley. Barkley trying to go on the other side. Puck pokes free back to the point, but McCracken is there to clear it. Here comes Tommy Moore down the left wing side. He's got about a half a step. Breaks it free, tries to go to McCracken, but a sprawling defenseman, Jim Fowler, breaks up the play. It goes into the corner. Now Barkley trying to keep it in. Center ice, he can't. Back down the other way. Here comes Brian Palmer. His pass knocked down, and Tommy Moore picks it up. Palmer was going down 1-on-3. Didn't really have much of a chance. Here comes Tommy Moore now. Long left wing pass to McCracken. Goes by him. But right there is Fauché to pick it up. Tries to slide it through. He's taken out of the play there by Eric Preston. And the puck slides back into the Massena zone. Garitti stops it. Leaves it for Todd Manning. Manning gets tied up in behind the net. Preston takes it away, looks to center, but right there is Aaron Barkley to bounce it off the boards to Scotty McCracken. McCracken steps to the red line, flips it high in the air, and it bounces into the corner. Northwood territories. Massena makes a change. Whitcomb throws a wicked check. The puck slides out. McCracken waits, dumps it. In the zone it goes. Back in behind the Northwood net. Back to pick it up is Impri. Impri loses it. The puck comes to Davis. Davis looking. He's got Fred Kellison. Can't get him the puck, though. And the bouncing puck is cleared to center ice, picked up by Jason LaBarge. LaBarge will drop it to Tommy Post. Post looking for LaBarge. LaBarge at his own blue line. Flips it ahead for Freddie Kellison. Kellison bounces it past the defenseman, goes after it, trying to come up with it. Kellison in behind the net. Flips it over on the other side. Davis looking for Whitcup, and again can't.
I thought he gave an interference
That's
signal.
That's what I thought, too. But I guess he didn't. So that means it will not be a power play for Northwood. Just a misconduct. But that's going to mix things up for Massena, as Scotty McCracken will not be available for the next 7.5 to play his position on the line, on the second line. Off the face-off, Whitcup's line out from Massena. He's got the puck in his own end. Under a minute left in this period. Trying to bounce pass goes to Kellison, a little bit by him, but it's out to center ice anyway. Controlled back into the Massena zone. LaBarge picking it up there, right side of Garitti. Takes it right in front of Garitti. Stick handles, waits, and off the boards to Kellison, ahead to Whitcup. He waves at it, can't control it. back to the blue line. Aaron Barkley with it. Bounces it off a leg, goes into the corner. About 28 seconds remaining as Whitcup whacks at it. Around the boards, met for Davis, comes back to the point. Doyle steps into it. In behind, Garritti way out of his net to flip it ahead to Eddie Davis. Out to center ice. Davis racing for it. Still fighting for it. Davis gets a stick on it. Into the zone it goes. Right side of the net, but it's controlled by Northwood. They flip it around the boards out to center ice. Bouncing around. Morris gets a stick, but it's dumped into the Massena zone. That should be icing, and it is. And the faceoff will come back in Northwood territory with a mere 4 seconds remaining to play in period number 1, and still on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard it's 0-0.
Sure, you know, hockey it's an aggressive game and it's a fast game, and sometimes the officials don't see things that happen. But again, good clubs, and I know Coach Stan Moore can't afford to lose a player like Scotty McCracken. Scotty's got to just take that under consideration and don't put yourself ahead of the team. It's not good to lose a player of his caliber for misconduct. You know, those things can just have to be overcome. That's all. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Well, the puck was dropped, and the face-off comes, and the buzzer sounds. So we played a period of hockey. And after 15 minutes on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 0-0. Here we got the saves coming right now. 5. Yeah, that's about right. Garritti had 11 saves, and Neal had 5. And I would say that's pretty indicative of the way it went, Dave. But
no question. The Northwood club, again, we talked about this is their fifth game in 6 days, and you wouldn't have known it out there because they had the legs. They carried the play. I would give them a
puck into the Massena zone. Scotty Murphy slipping into the corner. He stays with it, taken into the boards by Cameron. The puck comes free, and Jake broke his stick, Jake Morris. So Bigelow's going it alone. 1-on-4, gets by the D. Bigelow shot right on the save. Rebound just wide. Jeff Bigelow, 1-on-3, and he broke the defense. Puck bounces free. Bigelow whacks at it. Cameron. Chris with it now. Right side, centering pass. Morris deflects it right on. The save made. Couple of big saves by Shane Neal. And the puck comes back to the point. LaBarge whacks at it. Keeps it in. It goes to Cameron. Feeds Morris in the slot. Here's Jake in front. The Bigelow shot. Big save again by Shane Neal. And Massena really coming alive here at the beginning of the second period. Some excellent opportunities, but Northwood breaks the pressure and sends it down the ice. They wave off the icing as LaBarge could have played it. LaBarge does play it, flips it around the boards, but it's kept in. It comes back to the point now, picked up there by the defenseman, Sean Doyle, who flips it in behind the Massena net. Aaron Barkley with it for the Raiders now. Head man to Chris Cameron. He feeds Jake Morris at center, and Jake's going to dump it in the zone, and Massena wants a line change. And the puck out to center ice. Controlled there by Scotty Murphy. Murphy, ridden into the boards, gets the backhander, dumps it, bounces right on Garritti, and Javier has to make a save. Tommy Post with it. Post flipping it ahead, doesn't get it out of the zone. The puck controlled there by Eric Preston. His drive, Garritti way out to cut down the angle, makes the save. Puck goes into the corner. Again Preston with it. Eric centers it, and it goes to the side of the net, and Garritti's going to tie it up there and hold on for the faceoff. And let's see here. We've got Tommy Moore on this line, and we've got, this is kind of a makeshift line out there, I believe. We can figure out who's out there, because obviously Scott McCracken isn't, because he's in the penalty box. Joey Fauché, Tommy Moore, and who's going to play the other wing? See if I can pick them up here. I think that is going to be Jason Chilton. Yep, off the faceoff. Big save made by Garritti from the point. Tommy Post trying to tie it up in the corner. He gets upended as he jams along with Sean Freeman. The puck squirts free. Post picks it up right side. Starts it out. Here comes Tommy, lugging it center ice across the red line. Takes it in the zone himself. Here comes Post getting by the defense. Post, centering pass, knocked down in the corner by Jim Fowler. Post races after it. And I think we're going to have a control with a high stick on Tommy Post. And that'll move the faceoff outside the zone.
Got to move that puck, though, Tommy. He end-to-end, but he did. He stalled his wings along the blue line, Jerry. What you start out with a 3-on-2, and you end up with a 1-on-2 because he left both of his wings stranded at that blue line. Again, getting back to Javier Garritti, he's not very big, 5'8", 160, but he is quick on his feet, and he comes out to cut that angle.
Boy, I guess he does. I don't know. We haven't seen a goaltender that comes out as much as he does in quite a while.
He plays his angles really well. The Raiders have come out flying this period.
Off the faceoff, the puck comes to Manning, and he flips it in the zone. That's going to be an offside on Massena, as the Massena forwards got caught inside.
first shift out there on that Morris-Bigelow-Cameron line. Somebody sent, I think it was Jake Morris, sent Jeff Bigelow away on that right side, and he crossed that blue line in full stride and busted in on his backhand side and just bore down on that goal post and did an excellent job.
Off the face-off, puck comes back into the Massena, or into the Northwood zone. They clear it back out, and Joey Fauché at the red line backhands it, goes up into the Massena bench. So we'll have a face-off at center ice with 12:48 remaining on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. It is still 0-0.
I want to tell you, that's a tough thing to do for a forward. When you have to go to that post on that, that defenseman's bearing down on you. That takes a lot of courage to do that.
Fauché's line stays out there. Coming out now will be the Josh Spiegel line. Spiegel. And let's see here. He'll be centering Stevens. And I think Kilborn's going to be out there. Kilborn and Jason Winch alternate on the right wing on this line.
Josh Spiegel's from Rouse's Point, Jerry, and Kilburn's from Saranac Lake, so we've got North Country flavor on that line.
Spiegel played for NEC. Off the faceoff, Kellison gets knocked down, gets the puck in the zone. Davis after it, can't catch it. Doyle flips it around behind the Northwood net. Now picked up. Spiegel intercepted. Eddie Davis, side of the net now, circles, looking for somebody to pass it to. Goes back to Barkley at the point. Barkley trying to flip it to Labarge, but it's out to center ice as he kind of rushed it a little bit, and it went out. Back the other way. Here comes Massena trying to cross. It's intercepted. Again, defenseman Sean Doyle, and he's going to flip it down the ice. That'll be an icing call, I believe. Yep, there's the whistle. And the faceoff will move all the way back inside Northwood territory. 12:15 remaining on the clock here. We're in the second period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 0-0.
You mentioned Aaron Barkley, that fine young prospect for the Raiders, rushing that pass. Well, that, as the season goes along, Jerry, 4 or 5 games down the road, I'm sure he'll make an adjustment to that. But again, it's a big step coming in from minor hockey into varsity hockey, especially with Massena because, the added tradition, the pressure is that much greater.
Just a programming reminder, at the end of this period, we'll be going back once again to our studios for a check of ABC Sports by tape delay. That'll be at the conclusion of period number 2. Face-off right side, inside, Northwood territory. Whitcup out there to take the draw against Spiegel. Off the face-off. Here's Davis in the slot, the backhander, knocked down in front. Don't believe that got through to the goaltender. Puck comes back out, bouncing to center ice. Drop pass goes to Labarge. Labarge to Barkley. Aaron starts it out. Headman pass. Goes ahead and bounces free. It comes to Labarge again at the red line. Here's Labarge taking a whack at it. Bounces it in the corner. Racing Freddie Kellison. He can't control. Comes around the boards. Barkley winds up his shot, and the save made by Neal. Nice low shot by Aaron Barkley. Here comes Eddie Davis. Stick handling behind the net. Into the corner it goes. Left side of the goaltender. He throws a check. Gets back up. Goes back to the point. Jason Labarge winds, deflected just wide by Kellison. Bouncing puck side of the net, cleared in behind the net, and racing for it on the other side is Kilborn. Kilborn can't get it out of the zone. It comes to the right side of the goaltender. Kellison is there to flip it in behind. Whitcup goes after it. Throws a check. It comes free to Kellison, right side of the net. Goes back to Barkley. Barkley winds his drive, knocked down. Bouncing puck into the circle. Whitcup after it. Has it taken off his stick. It's controlled by Josh Spiegel. Spiegel starts out. Whitcup pokes it away from him. The puck comes free to Davis. Here's Davis breaking in the drive, and it's high over the net. It bounces to Kellison, looks to center. It's intercepted. Kilborn can't clear the zone. Davis, but now it's out to center ice, and Spiegel picks up the loose puck. Here comes Spiegel across the blue line. His shot knocked down, and he just wants off, as both lines have been out for a long time here. Here's Kellison, ridden into the boards. Jake Morris comes in to help out, but Kellison is there to clear it to center ice. Real good shift for that third line that time. Now back out to center ice. Jake Morris with it. Here comes Jake. Trying to control. Has it poked away. Has to back check for it. Morris throws a check. The puck comes free. Tommy Post picks it up in the Massena zone. In behind the net now. Running through some interference. Post flips it around on the other side. And it's going to come to Aaron Barkley, who's still out there. Barkley bounces it. Trying to get it ahead. Bouncing free. It's intercepted. Controlled by Northwood. The puck bounces to Post. Post loses it. It slides to Morris. He breaks it. Ahead to Cameron. Cameron's got Bigelow with him. Slow. Nice move. Goes to Morris in the slot. Can he get the shot off? It's poked away in the corner. Jake picks it up again. Trying to go back to the point. Here's the drive. Deflected in. Jeff Bigelow gets the deflection, and Massena goes up 1-0. That shot came from the point. And I believe it was Manning who took the initial shot. but Jeff Bigelow deflected it on the way through, right through Shane Neal's legs, and Massena goes up 1-0.
Right on both calls, Jerry. It was Todd Manning. Shot from the point. Todd unleashed a low shot, probably 2 or 3 feet. It wasn't going to be on the net, a little wide of the net, but Jeff Bigelow parked in front, and you have those drills, those deflection drills. He just picked it out of the air and redirected it. Also, Yeoman worked to Chris Cameron on that. He made a great move initially on the rush to beat the defenseman to keep it in the zone. But you can see the fresh legs of the Raiders starting to take over in this period. And those 5 games in 6 days are really tough on Northwood, Jerry. You can see it starting to tell.
Off the face-off, the puck comes back to the point. Manning again lines it up and flips it into the corner. In behind for Bigelow. Bigelow starts to move it in behind. He gets bodied. It comes to Morris trying to slide it free. It's knocked down in front. Spiegel trying to clear. And Bigelow's right there, but the goaltender, Shane Neal, picks it up and makes the save. So at 5 minutes of the period, Jeff Bigelow puts Massena up front. Manning gets the assist.
Exactly right. Looking at Sal's stats here, Bigelow from Manning, 5-minute mark, and the Raiders up 1-0.
Face-off will be inside Northwood territory. Off the face-off, here's Bigelow again, has it swept away, back to the blue line, out to center ice. Manning races for it, and he gets to it. Flips it ahead for Post. Post bounce pass, and we have a whistle. And we're going to have a penalty, and we're going to have a slashing call on somebody. And I think it's going to go against Northwood Prep. Yeah, I think Spiegel is, or not Spiegel, but Eric Preston is going to pick up the gate for slashing.
Nice job by Tommy Post. That time, Jerry, the Northwood club breaking out of their zone, and the forward bounced the puck on the boards by Tommy, and he had the presence of mind to play the man and just took him right out of the play. Good move by Tommy Post.
So Massena will go on the power play here. On the Corky's Collision scoreboard, the Raiders lead it 1-0. Real nice goal. Bigelow, of course, being where he's supposed to be, right in the slot, running interference. And he got a stick on that, and really it changed directions drastically with a deflection. And Neal really had no chance at all.
And the key, again, Todd Manning, keeping the shot low enough that it was able to be deflected.
That's right. That's right. Off the face-off, Massena on the power play. And we've got the Fauché line out there, and we've got Barkley, and we've got Labarge playing defense. And the puck dumped in the zone. After it is Chilton. He's going to let it go through to Fauché, poked away from him, and out to center ice. Joey has to come back for it. This is Massena's second power play unit. Of course, the first line was just out there, so they got to get a little bit of a rest here. I think we might see them before this power play is over with, though. Here's Labarge with it in his own end. Trying to start it out, being forechecked there. A good forecheck by Racicot. He's out of Montreal, Quebec. The puck comes intercepted at the Northwood line and fed right back down the ice. Back for it again. Here comes Aaron Barkley. Barkley's headman to Joe Fauché. Fauché steps by a check. Here comes Joey in on the right wing side. Picks up some traffic. Flips it in behind the net. Racing for it. Tommy Moore looks to center. He is upended. The puck still sitting behind him in the corner. He gets up. Here's centering pass. Knocked down and dumped down the ice by Sean Freeman. Javier Garritti leaves it for Labarge. We're down to 18 seconds left in the power play as Massena getting the Morris line back out there. We'll see if it's too late to get another rush. 10 seconds in the power play. Here comes Jake. Down the left wing side. Takes it across. Steps by the defenseman into the corner. Right side of the goalie. Centering pass. Knocked down in front. They jam at it. The goalie loses it. It bounces free. It still comes free. Back to Labarge. He winds up his wrist shot. Knocked down. Gets it back again. Dumps it in the corner. The goalie had no idea where that puck was. Here comes Bigelow, has it taken away. He gets it back again. Centering pass goes to the side of the net and is picked up there by Impri, who feeds it out to center ice to get the pressure off. Labarge after it, has it poked away. We got a 2-on-1, but good play by Tommy Post as he threw a stick at it. Of course, if he had missed it, it would have been a bad play, but he made a good play. Here comes the puck as Bigelow tries to get to Morris, but it's knocked down, dumped down the ice. Icing will be the call on Northwood, and I don't know, does it look to you like the tide has started to turn a little bit?
Yes, no question, Jerry. You can see, again, we harken back to the 5 games in 6 days. I'm sure that's, and the Raiders are starting to get their legs. If they're, and I say everybody, and I mean everyone except one in that last play, everybody in this rink saw where that puck was, except the only person was Shane Neal, the goaltender. He didn't know where it was. It was right at his feet.
Sitting right in front of him.
Dodged the bullet there.
Everybody was after it, except him. And Bigelow got a piece of it, but he pushed it right against Neal's pads. Off the face-off, we've got the Whitcup line out there against the Spiegel line, I believe. Here's the shot knocked down. That shot taken by Todd Manning. The puck comes out to center ice. Bounces around. Davis is going to pick it up at the red line. He's got a 2-on-1. Here's Davis and Kellison. Fakes the shot, brings it in. The shot right on, and the save made by Shane Neal. He had Kellison on the right wing, and everybody thought he was going to pass, and instead he got the shot, but unfortunately put it right at the goalie.
Well, Eddie, who has had a good period, 2 good shifts, changed his mind. He wasn't sure, and when that happens, when you delay like that, you hesitate and your momentum is lost. He had the wing breaking down. He was going to pass initially. Then he decided to shoot. Then he said, well, maybe I should have passed. He just flipped it weakly. He was confused.
Face off right side. This third line has played very well. Here comes Davis again trying to slide it through. Poked away. Goes back to the point. Tommy Post. Winds. The drive. Wide. Back around the boards. Other side. Here's the shot. Manning. It goes wide. In behind the net. Picked up there by Sean Doyle. He flips it around to his partner Impri, who flips it down the ice. And we got another icing call coming up right here. And the whistle blows as Javier Garritti goes out and lets it go by. And the face-off will move back down to the other end. We have 6:49 remaining to go here in period number 2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Massena leads it 1-0.
Again, and we'll have to say the experience of Garritti. He came out. He wasn't sure. He didn't see the initial signal of the official, or maybe the official was late. But he came out so he could play that puck in the corner. And he was looking up, and he saw the icing signal. He just opened his legs and let the puck go between his feet. Smart move.
Face-off left side in the zone. Whistle right off the bat. And we do have McCracken back. With that last whistle, he got back.
And, Jerry, you did mention that line of Bobby Whitcup, Freddie Kellison, and Eddie Davis. They've had a good shift in that first period, and both shifts out here in the third have been excellent.
Here's a shot. Labarge, a save made. Shane Neal as Labarge teed it up from the right point. And that went through a couple of legs on the way through, but right on, and the save made by Neal. And we'll face it off again inside Northwood territory. And definitely the territorial advantage this period has been Massena. Off the face, back to the point. Labarge pokes at it, stays with it. Here's Labarge flipping it in behind the net. Tommy Moore is there. Moore circles, ridden into the boards, but Fauché gets the puck. Here's Fauché looking to wrap it. The shot, the save, the rebound, bouncing. They jam at it. It comes free. Tommy Moore picks it up. He's going to go back to the point. Labarge fakes the shot, steps by the defenseman. His drive, the save made. Bouncing puck in the net. And I don't know who will get credit for it. It looked like the goaltender had it in his hands, and somehow it bounced below and in between his legs, and Massena picks up their second goal.
I think maybe Tommy Moore, who was parked in there, and he's always parked in that slot, as we talked about him last year. Like he's off his chest. He said it's going to call it. But if we were going to give credit where credit was due on that goal, it was Tommy. Even though they're disallowed, Tommy Post made an excellent move, and the forward came out. You can tell they're tired because he didn't put the brakes on when he came out to check Tommy Moore. He just danced by him. Tommy gave him a little head fake and stepped around him and created a 5-on-4 situation. So they are tired. There's no question. The legs, it's starting to show. And the Raiders, Jeff Bigelow's over checking with Greg Walsh, and I don't know why that wouldn't count. If
man in the crease.
He counted man in the crease.
Because if it goes off a body, it's definitely a goal.
Well, I'll tell you, if there was a man in the crease, there was a lot of blue shirts in that crease, too, that put him in there. I don't agree with that call, but again, we're going to find that during the course of the year. We'll see that a lot. You and I won't agree with the officials, and they're the ones, their call is final. That's
no, wait a minute. I always agree. You're the coach. You never agree.
Okay.
Off the faceoff, puck back into the Massena zone, and the Raiders trying to break it out of there. Here comes Bigelow. Jeffrey breaks down the right wing side, building up a head of steam across the blue line, makes the shift, centers it. Cameron shot just wide on the backhand. Oh, boy, just wide. The puck to the blue line and out to center ice. Long headman pass goes to Brad Preston. He's going to drive it. Knocked down by the defense. Manning, he loses it a moment, gets it back to the point. Kept in at the point. Doyle makes a good move, trying to get it by, but it's poked away. Out to center ice, goes by Bigelow. Cameron racing for it, can't quite catch up with it, but Jake Morris does. Goes off the official's leg, and it's back the other way. Preston with it for Northwood. Preston across the blue line, putting on the speed. Here's Preston. He just overskates it, loses it, gets it back. The backhander, Garritti, the save goes just wide off a skate. In behind the net, nobody wants it. It sits there. Poked free, comes side of the net. Bouncing in behind as Morris gets a piece of it. In behind the net again, Manning picks it up. Looks to bounce it ahead and does. It comes to Cameron. Cameron, long left wing pass, Bigelow. Here comes Jeffrey with it. He's just going to dump as that line wants off. It comes in behind. Inside Northwood territory. Picked up by Sean Doyle. He's ridden heavily into the boards by Whitcup. Puck slides to center ice. Check thrown by Barkley, but the puck by him. In the zone is Eric Preston. Preston ridden into the boards. Puck bouncing away. Whitcup and Preston jam. Davis comes in to help out. It comes in behind the net for Aaron Barkley. Barkley goes to the side of the net. His pass intercepted. They move it in on the left side. In behind the net, it's Scotty Murphy. Murphy taken away. Bouncing puck comes free, and it's finally picked up by Jason LaBarge. LaBarge looks. Headman pass. Whitcup. Whitcup starts it. Hits his winger, Kellison. Kellison looks for Davis, trying to get it ahead. Davis chases it into the corner, Northwood zone, in behind the net. He's ridden into the boards. Kellison after it, right side, looking to move. Barkley. Barkley's big line goes off a leg out to center ice. And here comes Murphy in a foot race with LaBarge. LaBarge and Murphy jam. They go for it. And LaBarge gets a stick into the corner. They both go down. We have a whistle. And I'll be interested to see what he calls on that one.
He might call holding. No, he's going to call elbowing. Yeah. Jason LaBarge had a good grip on Scotty Murphy's stick.
And he's going to call elbowing on Northwood.
He's going to call elbowing on Northwood. I think he's possibly making up for that call down at the far end when he called no goal. But number 18, let's see.
That's Palmer.
Now 28, yep, Palmer. And number 29... Sean Freeman showed us a great burst of speed out there the last shift, Jerry. Sean's from Chicago, Illinois.
4:11 left on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. This is in the second period. Massena leading it 1-0. So apparently that happened behind the play. Of course, everybody's watching Jason LaBarge and Scotty Murphy body each other for it and hold and dance and shuck and jive, I guess. But that happened behind the play. Palmer gets called for holding.
All right, I'll...
You like that?
I like that. One thing I like to see an official, when he makes a call, I like to see an emphatic call. Right off the, make that, let everybody in the rink know that's elbowing, that's holding, that's hooking. Not one of these, maybe slow coming up. Let's call it. If you've blown the whistle, you must know what it's going to be. So lay it out there.
Doyle also picked up a misconduct, and apparently he did not agree with Greg Walsh's call and voiced his opinion, and you can't do that. And because of that, he gets the misconduct. That's going to hurt because Northwood, as we mentioned, a little bit tired. They played a lot of games in a couple of days, and they lose one of their best defensemen. Okay, here comes Massena on the power play. Tommy Post trying to flip it ahead. Goes in the corner. He's going to go after it himself. In Northwood territory, left side of the goalie. Drop pass goes to Bigelow, who goes back to the point. Jason LaBarge as Massena sets up. Here's LaBarge, right point, flips it to Post. Post looks, winds the drive, deflected just wide. And I do believe Neal got a piece of it with a pad. And the puck dumped down the ice by Northwood penalty killer Brad Preston. In behind the net, Jason LaBarge picking it up. He's being bothered by Preston, has to circle back and start out. It comes to Post, and he starts it ahead. Here's Post looking. He's going to take it across, set it up at the point. And LaBarge goes to the other point. It comes to Bigelow in the corner from Morris. Bigelow looks to Morris at the 45, top of the circle, left side of the goalie. Here comes Morris. It goes by him, back out to the point. LaBarge winds up. No, he fakes the shot, goes back to the point. Here's Post, deflected wide, and the save made, I believe. I guess it was right on. And the puck comes into the corner. Now back to the point. LaBarge with it. Bounce pass to Cameron. Cameron to give and go to Bigelow. Trying to get it back to him. It bounces off a leg. Bigelow again in behind the net. Here's Jeffrey circling around with 5 seconds left in the power play. Goes to Morris at the 45. Back to Post at the point. Trying to go to Morris, and it's deflected out to center ice. And that'll take care of the power play as Massena gets called for an offside. And with 2:37 remaining in the second period on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Massena 1, Northwood 0.
I'll tell you, a player for the Northwood club that's done a lot of work out there tonight, especially killing penalties, is big number 5, Jimmy Fowler. Jimmy's he's a junior from California, and he's done an excellent job killing penalties.
Joey Faucher's line out there, although we see that Jason Chilton is still playing the wing. We may not see McCracken back this period. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Off the faceoff, puck in the Massena zone, in behind the net. Controlled by the Northwood team as they try to get a shot off, but it's knocked down, and Faucher takes it in behind. Here's Faucher, bounce pass, out to center ice, goes by everybody. Racing for it is Impri. He's got Chilton bearing down, flips it ahead. Now Tommy Moore trying to do some damage, but the puck dumped in. It's going to go right on, and Gritty has to make a save from long range. Now they move it, Barkley, headman Tommy Moore. Moore going to Faucher. He just directs the puck into the zone where Impri picks it up and flips it back to center ice. To the Massena line. Aaron Barkley. Barkley flips it just across the blue line, right back out to center ice. They're kind of playing between the blue lines right now. In behind, Manning with it. Todd Manning. We got a couple of newcomer defensemen right now, but they're doing a good job so far here. As the puck bounces to the Massena line, back in the zone again. They try to move it through. It's Eric Preston to the blue line. Oh, hard check. Tommy Moore's going to get a high stick, I believe, as the puck goes in the net. And Northwood scores in the ensuing melee as Moore had picked up a high sticking call, but that'll nullify that penalty, and Northwood ties the game at 1.
And Scotty Murphy scored the goal, and I can't comment on it, Jerry, because I was watching the penalty down. That's something you shouldn't do, and there was no question that was a good call. He was going to call him high sticking or elbowing. Tommy Moore came from nowhere and stuck his elbow right in the face of the Northwood player, and Craig Walsh had the hand up. And I was watching the play down there, and I missed Scotty's goal. But it came at the opportune time for Northwood because they've lost a step. There's no question, and we'll see if this picks them up.
So Murphy gets the goal from Preston. Eric, I don't know which Preston though. Okay, that would be Eric Preston at 13:31. To tie things up. So on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's all knotted up at 1. Scott Murphy from Eric Preston.
And if Scotty could have a goal, I'm sure he'd want to have it here in his hometown.
You bet. Off the face-off, out to center ice. The puck comes to the Northwood line. They flip it ahead and take it across. Is Kilborn. Kilborn centering pass. It comes in behind the net. Tommy Post is there. Post has it taken away, gets it back again, flips it in the corner for Whitcup. Bobby picking up the puck, flipping it back to Post. Post circles, starts out right side of Garetti. Post with it, circling around, still looking for somebody to pass it to. He flips it, it goes right in front of the net, and Javier Garetti clears it. Comes back to the blue line. Here's the drive. Garetti saved. That shot coming from the left point off the stick of Ben Impre. And Garetti, it was chest high. He made the save easily.
And the pesky fly on that play was he's wearing his grade on his uniform number 8 over there, B.J. Kilborn. He's only an 8th grader. He's from Saranac Lake. And he gave Tommy Post fits over there in his forecheck. And he comes up to about Tommy's armpits and caused Tommy to throw the puck back to the point blindly where the Northwood club intercepted it and drove it down Garetti's throat. Nice job by B.J. Kilborn.
We've got the Morris line out there now. Palmer's line steps across. Off the face-off back to the point. And the puck flips in the corner. And Cameron clears it. Center ice. Here comes Bigelow. Bigelow ridden off the play. It's a penalty. And here comes Morris picking up the loose puck, following in the corner. He's ripped into the boards. The puck squirts free. And even though Northwood didn't really control it, they blow the whistle. And we got another penalty on Northwood.
No question on this one. Looks like number 26 for the Northwood club, Brad Preston's going the backs, and he just cleared the Raider player's skates right out from under him. Jeff Bigelow, he just, like he was chopping a tree out there. Raiders are going to go on a power play. This is, I don't know how many, we'll have to look at our stat sheet.
Tripping the call.
It's 4th or 5th penalty called on Northwood, and I don't think Northwood's been on a power play yet. Have they, Jerry?
Let's see here. Yeah, no, I don't believe so. No. They would have been, but they scored a goal before the penalty could go into effect. Back to the point now. Puck controlled by Post to Labarge. Labarge looks to pass it, flips it into the slot. Back to the point it comes. Here's Post, the drive, the save, the rebound. They jam, hit the goal post. On the shot, it comes back to Labarge at the point. He's ridden out of the play, and the puck slides to center ice. We got a 2-on-1 for Northwood. They center it right in front. It's deflected just wide into the corner. And they rushed a little bit on the 2-on-1 and didn't get a shot off. Puck goes in behind the net, and Labarge comes after it as the buzzer sounds to end the period. Massena will start the third on the power play, but Massena scored early in the period. Northwood came back late on a scramble after a penalty was called. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, we're all knotted up at a goal apiece.
We talked about that leadership coming to the fore, and then that last play right there, typical what I know the coaching staff wants to see and the team needs. Jeff Bigelow, an outstanding play, was in deep in the offensive zone. The puck came back to the Massena point. Jason Labarge, Jason had trouble controlling it. Northwood stole the puck, went down on a 2-on-1. It started out as a 2-on-1, Jerry, but it didn't end up as a 2-on-1 down here because big number 3 hustling back as hard as you can, harassed that other forward, and that's what, as you said, he rushed the play because he was being harassed by Jeff Bigelow. Great job.
So we played 2 periods of hockey, and we're not any closer to getting things determined here.
No, and
OFA, and the championship should be underway, Malone and Salmon River. And that, of course, could be...
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder that upcoming...
Oh, St. Lawrence Central played at 1:30 this afternoon. They made a change late. So St. Lawrence Central is playing right now as well. They played this afternoon at 1:30.
And who did you say they were playing, Jim?
Thousand Islands down at Clayton. So,
just about all set to start the third period. A entertaining hockey game to open up the season. 1-1. The Raiders will have 56 seconds on this power play. False start, so we're going to do it again.
Want to thank Ryan Martin for that bit of information. Of course, Ryan always up on the Larrys and their doings.
My wife is a cheering advisor.
Your wife is a cheering advisor, so you're going to know everything there is to know about the Larrys this year. Off the face-off, incidentally, we will be doing a schedule of St. Lawrence Central games this year on WMSA, and we'll tell you more about that as the season approaches. Our first game will be on Monday the 10th at Tri-Town against Canton. All right, Massena on the power play. Here comes Jake Morris, takes it across into the zone. Morris in behind the net now, circling, looking for somebody to pass to. Has to go back to the point to Tommy Post. Post, stick handling it right to the middle, right by the blue line. He's going to wind and shoots it off a leg into the corner. And the puck controlled there by Racicott. And he tries to clear the zone. He gets tied up along the boards. Picked up by Cameron, back to Labarge. Labarge fakes the shot, goes in the corner to Bigelow. Bigelow drops for Cameron. Cameron bounce pass to himself in the corner, goes back to the point. 7 seconds left on the power play. Here's Tommy Post. He's going to drive it right on the save made by Shane Neal. Puck in the corner. That takes care of the penalty, and we're back to 5-on-5 plus the goaltenders. Coming out of the penalty box was Brad Preston. He touched the puck before going back toward his own end. They're going to call him on it, and there'll be a face-off.
The last shot by the Raiders from Tommy Post from the point. I know Northwood will give you that shot all day long. You've got to get some action in front of their crisscrossing in front of that goaltender, get some screen work. Tommy blasted one from the point, but Shane Neal will stop those all day, every day. So the Raiders, I know Coach Stan Moore and Tim Long, when that unit came out, probably said, let's get some action in front of the net. We've got to screen that goaltender.
Here's the face-off. Puck comes into the zone and back out to center ice as they move it along. Northwood trying to control it. It's Sean Freeman leaving it at the blue line for Preston. Preston in the corner, Post on top of him. Preston trying to center side of the net, the shot, and a weak shot as Brad Preston got the shot off, but he had a little bit of problem with it. And...
Again, we talked about Shane Neal in the first period not being able to locate the puck. That time, Javier Goretti lost the puck. And we're going to have a cross-checking call against the Raiders here. I think it's going to be Joey Fauché is going to be called. Javier Goretti lost sight of the puck, and it was right underneath his pads. The Raiders dodged a bullet that time. And this is the first power play that Northwood will be on.
So Fauché picking up the penalty for cross-checking at 1:20 of the period. So Massena will try to kill a penalty here. Jake Morris is out there. Off the face-off, here's the drive. It's wide. Puck around the boards. McCracken, the other up front man. And we'll pick up Todd Manning playing 1 point along with Aaron Barkley, the penalty killers. Northwood controlling the puck. Preston flipping it around, or that's Freeman rather, around the boards to Preston, Brad Preston. He's tied up by Barkley. The puck pokes free. Morris picks it, doesn't get it out. Here's the drive from the point. Goretti makes the big pad save, and the puck goes in the corner, and we got a penalty, and that's going to go an interference on Northwood as Goretti just got railed by the Northwood player Sean Freeman, and he's going to get a call for interference.
Shot came from the point, and Scott Freeman coming out of the corner like a caged tiger, and he just leaped in the air. I don't know if he initially wanted to hit Javier Goretti. I think he wanted to deflect the puck, but he bowled over Javier Goretti and sent him flying, and referee Obi O'Brien, no question, right there, gave the interference call. And that would go in the category of I'd call that a foolish penalty, Jerry. You take your power play, the first one you've had all day, that power play advantage away in a 1-1 ball game. Even though he was exuberant and aggressive, I think he could work that in the corners instead of working on the opposition goaltender that way.
I am sure that Coach Tom Broderick also classified it as a foolish penalty.
Yes.
Okay, the faceoff will move outside Massena territory. And stepping in to take the draw will be Scott Murphy against Jake Morris. So we got 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders.
And Coach Moore doesn't like the location of the faceoff. Again, he's having a few choice words for Greg Walsh.
Off the faceoff, the puck out to center ice. Controlled there by the defenseman Fowler. Fowler dropping it to Palmer. Palmer loses it. Here's Morris making the shift. Fowler gets a stick on it. The bouncing puck comes to Morris. Morris trying to dump it to an open wing, but it's taken away, and Racicot comes up with it. Flipping it ahead to the Massena blue line. In the zone it goes. Picked up there by Manning. Manning's pass knocked down. Controlled in the corner. Manning throws a check, but Northwood getting by him. Here's an opportunity. Murphy inside of the net, but he couldn't control it. Now the puck back to the blue line. Kept in at the point, but Morris picks up the errant pass. Trying to flip it back out. It's poke checked away and back in behind the Massena net. Picked up by Aaron Barkley. Barkley's going to lug it himself out to center ice. Here's Barkley's headman right on the stick of Bigelow, but it's poke checked away by Brian Palmer. Back the other way comes Scotty Murphy. His pass off a leg. Palmer follows. Palmer's going to take it across the blue line, but offsides will be called as Murphy and Barkley have a little bit of a set too.
Speaking of Aaron Barkley, a great play for the young junior. He lugged the puck, made the corner, and head up, and he hit Jake Morris on a beautiful headman pass. And we've got a couple more penalties being called here.
We talked about
Barkley. Yeah. You know, and getting back to that 4-on-4 situation that was out there for a second, this is Coach Moore's dream out there. If he can put Jake Morris out there on a 4-on-4, open up that much more ice, he's really dangerous. He's dangerous anyway, but when you give him that much more ice time and take some of the a little less crowded out there, he's really dangerous.
So those two penalties, I think, will nullify each other. So we'll still be playing 4-on-4. We should be.
And that was behind the play, Jerry. I didn't see what precipitated that, but Scotty and Aaron both going to serve a minute and a half. But it's not going to affect the manpower advantage, I don't believe.
It shouldn't. I don't know.
No, that's the. He needs one more player, I think.
See what Murphy gets called. Probably roughing each. Yeah, that's what it is. Both get called for roughing. And so we got 4-on-4.
Going to go 3-on-3.
Are they? Now
it doesn't affect the manpower situation, Jerry. They were playing even up before. They each had a man in the box, so they're both going to serve it. It's still not going to give one team the advantage, and that's the effect of, I guess, the Gretzky rule they call it.
Yeah, but you would think that they'd still have 4 out there. In other words, the 2 matching minors, they would not get to return till the first whistle after their penalty has elapsed.
Well, there's consultation here at the scorers table down below us.
I'm sure that's what they're talking about.
And Mr. O'Brien and Mr. Walsh, they're looking up at the time clock. I think they're going to stay with 3-on-3.
So now they're putting one of the penalties up. And, well, if they do go 3-on-3, they got to put them up on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So it is going to be 3-on-3. You're listening to Massena Red Raider Hockey on 1340 WMSA, Massena, New York. Now, that must be a change, because remember last year when they were matching minors, it didn't affect the manpower. They both just served their penalty.
Right.
So 3-on-3. Interesting.
Yes, and again, this delay is giving Coach Moore a chance to rest, say, Jake Morris and Jeff Bigelow. I'm sure you'll see him out there in a second. Okay, here we come now. Joey Fauché is back on.
So Massena with a manpower advantage here as they dump the puck post, dumps it in the zone. It comes to McCracken in the corner, left side of the goaltender. Back to the point, Labarge. Labarge now skates it along the blue line. He's got a room. He's shot, and the save made by Shane Neal, and it's dumped down the ice. And Garritti way out of his net to control it and leave it for Tommy Post. So Massena with a manpower advantage just for another couple of seconds as back out on the ice is Sean Freeman. Freeman tries to take it from Labarge, doesn't get it. Labarge takes it across the blue line, ridden out of the play. The puck poked back into the Massena zone. It comes in behind the net, and that'll be an icing call because both teams are down a man.
Well, we've got 11:32 left in this game, and this period's been a little slow. A slap hazard, Jerry, if we may call it. The first 2 periods really moved along quickly, but there's been a few calls here, a few delays, and it's stops and starts. 11:32, 1-1. Massena, Northwood.
Faceoff will come inside Northwood territory to the left of goaltender Shane Neal.
And speaking of delays, we have another one. Obie O'Brien's at the scorer's table over here and talking to the timekeeper. I have no idea what what he's referring to, but now he's going to skate to the Northwood bench. No, he's not. He's getting position on the blue line. We're ready to go.
Okay, the face-off. Still in the slot. Morris, now Bigelow trying to pick it up. It comes to Morris. He gets tied up. Stays with it. Into the corner he goes, being ridden into the boards. Back to the point. Tommy Post fakes the shot. On the other side, Manning can't get it off. He flips it in the corner. Bigelow trying to center. It's knocked down. Bigelow goes after it in the corner again. Here's Jeffrey, centering pass. Morris all by himself. The shot, the save made, the rebound, bouncing in front, back to the point. Kept in. Manning dumps to an open wing. Nobody there from Massena. It's cleared to center ice. And the puck bounces free, and breaking down the right side, Sean Doyle. His shot just inside the blue line is gloved by Garritti, and he'll hold on for the face-off.
That crowd got a little roar right there. Number 19, or is it 29, Sean Freeman skated through the crease, and Javier Garritti very tactfully just kind of stuck out that toe and almost sent him for a ride. But, that last play down here, Jeff Bigelow found Jake Morris, and I know somebody will say, well, gee, he didn't even look. That's the advantage of playing together. They know exactly where the other one's going to be.
Off the face-off, puck in the corner, controlled by Massena now as they steal it. Here comes Bigelow, racing for it out to center ice. He gets tied up, knocked across, and we're going to have an offside on Massena as Bigelow just got carried across the blue line by Brian Palmer, and Jake took it in, but it's offsides. Again, hard work by Bigelow.
Again, he always gives you that 110% out there.
Boy, he sure does.
Don't expect anything less from him. Well, this period, again, we want to get back to saying that it's in stops and starts, and the first two periods flowed very smoothly. This one has been, and we've only played a little over 4 minutes and 20 seconds, but it's seemed like we've been out here an hour.
Off the face-off, the puck in the zone. On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, we're all tied at a goal apiece. 1-1 tie. Puck bounces to the blue line. Picked up there by Barkley. Can't clear the zone. Tommy Post comes back after it. Sticks it into the corner. Flips it around the boards for McCracken. McCracken trying to get it back out to the blue line. Kept in. It comes in behind the net. And they control it out to the point. Controlled there by Jim Fowler. He winds his drive. Big save by Garritti. He dives on it.
I'll tell you, that was a save and a half. He flicked that right leg out there and made a great save. Javier Garritti, puck back to the point, and big number 5, we talked about it before, Jim Fowler. He's got a big shot, and that one was about 3 inches off the ice and hard to see, but Garritti was able to pick it out through a maze of players. He stuck that right leg out there, because I think that one was headed for the corner, Jerry.
Our broadcast brought to you by Reynolds Metals St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Working together, their quality shines through, and by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena, a franchise of the Atlantic Refining and Marketing Corporation. Stepping in to take the face-off, Preston. He'll draw against Fauché. They jam for it. Puck sits in the circle, and the backhanded shot goes wide. Tommy Moore after it in the corner, left side of Garritti. Long headman pass intercepted by Fowler again. Dumps it to the Massena zone. Barkley can't get it out, and there's a whistle. I don't know what they called.
And I'm not sure he knows what he called either. And Scotty McCracken's got his hands up in the air, but I think it's an offside.
Okay.
We talked about the big line of Palmer, Scotty Murphy, and Martin Racicott. This other unit, the two Prestons and Freeman, they can really motor, Jerry. That's a lot of speed on that line. And we mentioned Sean Freeman's out of Chicago, and the Preston boys are out of California.
Now it's Spiegel's line out there. Spiegel, along with Winch and Stevens. And it'll be Bobby Whitkip's line. I think this is the first time we've seen them this period because of all the penalties and whatnot. And here comes Eddie Davis breaking away from the pack 1-on-2. Following is Kellison. Davis is going to take it in the corner circle, trying to center it. In the slot, Whitkip. Now he takes in the corner. Give and go for Davis. Can he control it? He can. He falls down. Back to the point. Manning tries to backhand it through traffic, and it's picked up there and dumped out by Impri. Back to the Massena line. Bobby Whitkip. Whitkip flips it ahead for Davis, or Manning rather. Manning kicks it, trying to get it to Davis, but stepping in front of it is Spiegel. Now it's poked away from him. The puck comes to the defenseman Impri, flips it back into the Massena zone. Tommy Post is there. Post flips it ahead, goes off Kellison's stick, picked up by Winch. Winch dropping it over on the other side for Impri, and he flips to the Massena line again. Slides across the line. Tommy Post in behind the net now. Post flipping it along the boards right side of Garritti to Kellison. Kellison, long headman pass on the stick of Davis, We've got Davis and Whitcup. He's going to drive it from the point, but offsides will be the call. Again on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard with 8:55 remaining in the third period. We're all tied at 1. Our broadcast brought to you by Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield, and the corner of North Main and Maple in Massena. By the Seacom Federal Credit Union, 30 Stern Street, your family of financial services. By Bogosian's Carpet and BC Cleaning, 70 Willow Street in Massena. And by Massena Building Supply, 70 Water Street, serving Massena for over 80 years.
Another great shift by that Whitcup, Davis, and Kellison line, Jerry. Freddie Kellison sent Eddie Davis away in a long pass on that right side. They've had every shift that they've been out there, it's been excellent. And if they get a little more ice time, and you alluded to these penalties are keeping them on the bench, I think this line's going to pop one tonight.
Well, there's an icing call on Massena. Jason Labarge had the puck, and he didn't quite get to the red line before he flipped it. And he's called for icing. That'll move the faceoff back inside Massena territory. And Palmer will be out there to face it off against Jake Morris. Off the draw, Labarge throws Palmer into the boards, and Morris picks up the loose puck. Here's Morris flipping it for Bigelow on the wing, bounces over his stick, funny bounce, and it comes back to Jimmy Fowler. Fowler backhands it to center ice. Now coming around is Palmer, runs into traffic. Morris flips it. Aaron Barkley. Barkley's pass is deflected by a stick up off the ice surface, so we'll have a face-off with 8:30 left to play here in the third period on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. We're tied at 1.
Jason Labarge just threw a solid check. And Jason, he's not that tall, but I'll tell you, he's solid. He's 5'9", about 185, 190. And he, I'm sure he rattled the fillings in Jim Fowler's molars on that last check.
Off the faceoff, here comes Cameron, flips it ahead. Bigelow. Jeffrey turns the shift, looking to pass. He gets railed. The backhander knocked right on. Morris picks up the loose puck, goes back to the point. Bigelow. Here's Barkley's shot, just wide. And the puck around. Fowler slides it to center ice. We got a 2-on-1 for Northwood. Breaking in is Palmer. Here's Palmer centering pass. The shot. They score. Martin Racicot gets the goal from Palmer. Northwood goes up 2-1. Massena on up ice.
Oh, a great pass by Palmer that time down the right side, and we were alluding to Javier Goretti playing those angles, Jerry. And that time, Javier just overplayed the angles. He played, he just came out and committed himself too far. And Brian Palmer saw that and slid the puck over to Martin Racicot. And I mean, he had the whole net, and he didn't make any mistake. He tucked it right up underneath the bar. But from our angle, we could see he had the whole net. Young Mr. Goretti just overplayed the shooter that time, and the Northwood club took advantage of it.
Martin Racicot gets the goal from Brian Palmer, and also picking up an assist, Jim Fowler.
Well, Fowler started him away, and Palmer did excellent breaking down that right side. Drew the defenseman to him and then laid it over, Jerry. Great pass by Palmer.
So Massena now playing behind, and they have the puck in their own end. Flip ahead to McCracken. McCracken has the puck checked away, but gets it out to center ice. Throws the check. The puck sits at the blue line. They jam for it. And it comes free to Fauché. Fauché to McCracken. Has it taken away. Slides back into the Massena zone again. Todd Manning picking it up there for the Red Raiders. Manning flips it ahead. Fauché. Fauché bounce pass. Met for McCracken. It's intercepted. Now Tommy Moore follows up and dumps it in the zone. Halfway through the third period on the Bob Post scoreboard, it's 2-1 Northwood. Here comes Post now. Ridden into the boards. Gets it to Fauché. His weak shot goes across the goal mouth. And the puck into the corner. After it there is McCracken. McCracken has it poked away. Moore trying to flip it ahead. His pass is intercepted. And back out. Here comes Sean Freeman. Freeman takes it across the blue line. Freeman gets by Post in behind the net. Post trying to ride him wide. The puck comes to the side of the net and is picked up by Fauché. Fauché flips ahead for McCracken. McCracken moves to center. He's going to dump it down the ice. That'll be an icing. No, they did call icing. And the face-off will move back inside Massena territory.
There's nothing like a goal to spur a team on, and that one spurred both teams. The last few seconds here, the action's been much more heavily involved than it was in the first 6 or 7 minutes of the period. And to recap the scoring, the go-ahead goal for the Northwood club at the 6:54 mark, Martin Racicot on assist from Brian Palmer and Jim Fowler. A great pass by Brian Palmer to send Racicot in alone.
Face-off left side in the Massena zone. Here's the shot from the point. The save made. The rebound side of the net. Short side. Another save made. Puck bouncing into the corner. Those shots by Josh Spiegel. Spiegel now loses it to Whitcup. Whitcup controls behind the net. Starts out right side. Headman pass. That was meant for Kellison. Goes by him. Slides all the way down the ice, but they wave the icing off as a slow-moving puck. Now the puck comes back. Here comes Northwood Prep moving it down the ice. Winch across the blue line. Trying to drop pass. Comes free in front, but it's knocked away. Back out to center ice. After it there is Jim Fowler. Fowler backhands it. Picked up by Kellison across the blue line. Offsides will be the call as Labarge was trying to get out of the zone. And we'll have a face-off just outside Northwood territory. 6:12 remaining to play here in the third period on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Northwood leads Massena on a score of 2-1. Our broadcast this afternoon also brought to you by the Massena Super Duper Hardhaven Shopping Center, Massena, by Netto's at 43 Andrew Street, Massena. Stop in and enjoy live music tonight at Netto's, and by Cheney Tire on East Orba Street, Bridgestone, Firestone, and your Skidoo dealer. Off the face-off, Bigelow trying to flip it in the corner. Here's Cameron's backhander knocked down, and back out the other way comes Sean Doyle. Doyle has it poked away back into the zone. Doyle comes back for it, flips it ahead out to center ice. Oh, Post throws a hard check. The puck comes free. It's dumped back in the zone by Todd Manning. Around the boards for Sean Doyle. Doyle and Bigelow jam for it. Puck comes up along the boards, and Bigelow steals. Here's Jeffrey right in front, and Cameron just couldn't get a stick on it. It comes around on the other side, and we're out to center ice again. Tommy Post across the red line, flips it in the zone again. The puck whistles around the boards. For Morris, he couldn't control it, and it's poked back out off Cameron's stick out to center ice. Back in again is Manning. He flips it in the zone, and the puck is back down the ice. Into the zone it comes for Murphy. Murphy and Post jam in the corner. They're neighbors playing against each other right now. The puck comes free. Murphy again. Now Morris takes him out of the play, and Post flips it around the boards for Cameron. Here comes Chris, poked away. He gets back again, slides it ahead. Out to center ice, Todd Manning with it. Manning's going to lug it and backhand it in the zone. He gets ridden into the boards, and the puck comes in around behind the net. The Fauché line gets out. Puck comes to Moore, his shot across the open goal mouth. The puck back to the other point. Here comes Barkley trying to get it in the corner, but it's taken off his stick, and Waybright moves it out to center ice. Headman pass, knocked away by Barkley. Sits at the blue line, into the zone it comes. Here's an opportunity, the shot there, taken by Freeman, goes wide in the corner. Now after it is Preston, ridden out of the play by Labarge. Labarge and Preston jamming for it. Puck picked up by Fauché. Fauché's headman pass gets it right back again. Down the ice it comes, but right there to pick it up is Fowler. Fowler loses it. McCracken flips it in the zone. Fowler after it again. He's going to dump it down the ice. He'll ice it. And the whistle blows, and the faceoff will come inside Northwood territory. We're down to 4:05 left in the third period. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, it's 2-1 for Northwood. Also, our broadcast brought to you by Pearl Vision, by J&S Sports Incorporated, the new sports store in the Hardhaven Shopping Center, by the North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillip Street, Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, and Eye Appeal in Potsdam, and by Paris Environmental Control on the Winthrop Road in Massena.
Jerry, the momentum in the last few minutes has really picked up. It's really exciting, and that factor that's present in every high school athletic event, momentum has appeared, and it's swung its side to the Northwood club. I think the momentum at goal has really sparked them.
Here's Tommy Post shot deflected right on. The save made by Shane Neal, and the puck picked up there by Ben Impre. Impre feeding it to his winger, Jim Stevens. Stevens is going to start it out. Trying to flip it ahead. Goes all the way to the Massena line. Picked up by Todd Manning. Manning flips it back to the red line. Right there to pick it up, though, is Jason Winch back across the blue line. The puck goes off a body. Eddie Davis. Here comes Davis with Kellison. They cross the line. Here's Davis in on the left side. Can't get the shot off. Looks. Trying to flip it through Whitcup, but the pass is intercepted and back the other way. Here comes Winch. Winch now flipping it ahead for Doyle. Doyle just dumps it in the Massena zone. Todd Manning, 3.5 left to play here. Back to the blue line, but not out. Massena trying to control. It comes free, and Tommy Post picks it up and circles behind the zone net. Here comes Post now for the Massena Red Raiders. Can't clear the zone. The puck bouncing free. Kellison, he can't get. Here's the shot taken from the winger, and that was Racicott, and the save made. Now the puck in the corner. Whitcup falls on top of it, and we're going to have a whistle.
You know, and again, we're the dying minutes of the game, 2:59 left, and I'm sure you're going to see Northwood come with quick changes, short shifts. They want to play defensive hockey, and on the other side of the coin, the Raiders are going to be really gambling. I'm sure Coach Stanmore and Tim Long are going to tell the defense, now's the time to dive, take that gamble, because with under 3 minutes, now's the time to take that chance. And we talked about how that goal has really sparked Northwood. The legs were tired in that second period, but this possibly, Jerry, that delay, stopping and starting in this third period was very advantageous for them. It gave them that the break that they needed to rest those legs.
So we've got timeout. I believe Massena called the timeout. No, Northwood called the timeout. So we have a timeout here with the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard reading 2-1 for Northwood Prep over Massena. 2:59 left in the third period. Again, our broadcast brought to you this afternoon by Paris Environmental Control Corporation on the Winthrop Road in Massena, qualified to handle all your environmental problems. Give them a call at 769-5900. By Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, Massena, and Eye Appeal in Potsdam. Al and Mary Kiesweather for all your eye care needs. North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillips Street, Massena, the bank that's close to you. J&S Sports Incorporated, the new sports store in the Hardhaven Shopping Center, hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Pearl Vision, Hardhaven Shopping Center, Massena, for quick quality eye care. By Cheney Tire, East Orva Street, new Bridgestone, Firestone, and Skidoo dealer in Massena. Also by Netto's, 43 Andrew Street, Massena, live music every Friday and Saturday night. Massena Super Duper, Hardhaven Shopping Center, Massena. Friendly, fair, and uncommonly fresh. Massena Building Supply, 70 Water Street, serving Massena for over 80 years. Bogosian's Carpet and Furniture and BC Cleaning, 70 Willow Street, in the cleaning business since 1923. Also by the members of the Seacom Federal Credit Union, 30 Stern Street, Massena, your family of financial services. Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield, North Main, and Maple in Massena. A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena, franchise of the Atlantic Refining and Marketing Corporation. And by Reynolds Metal, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Working together, their quality shines through. So it'll be Morris against Palmer in the Massena zone.
Picked up right where we left off last year, Jerry. Thrills and excitement.
Off the face-off, the puck slides slowly down the ice. Racing back for it is Waybright. He's got Bigelow on him. Bigelow rubs him into the boards. The puck bouncing free. Waybright stays with it to the point. Kept in. Barkley's drive. Wide. Way wide. Back to the other point. Labarge with it. Flips it in behind the net. Here's Jeffrey Bigelow with it. Bigelow trying to center it in front. It's knocked down. There's a hand pass, but Massena controls. Dumps it behind the net. Here comes Cameron. Chris Cameron with it in the face-off circle. To the point. Labarge with it. Fakes the shot. Goes to Cameron. Cameron trying to slide it through. It's knocked down. Good defensive play made by Sean Doyle. And Doyle's going to take it across the blue line, but offsides. And he made a little fake right at the blue line, and that caused his teammates to go offsides.
I'll tell you, one of the outstanding performers for Northwood this afternoon. He has done an outstanding job. Just made a great play back there. Number 5, Jimmy Fowler. There were 3 white shirts in front of Shane Neal that time, and just 1 blue shirt, and he was able to stymie them.
Morris stays. No, we've got Faucher's line out there now. Off the face-off, puck takes across the blue line. Preston with it, trying to split the D. Poked away from him. And it comes back to the blue line. McCracken. Here comes Scotty with a puck now. He's hauled down. The bouncing puck comes free. It's picked up by Todd Manning, who flips it Northwood zone. Tommy Moore racing for it. Can't get to it. It's flipped back out to center ice. Tommy Post with it. He dumps it in the Northwood end. Massena making a bid here, putting on the pressure. Here's Tommy Moore in behind the net for McCracken. The bouncing puck side in the net. They jam at it, and the puck comes free, and it's picked up there around the boards by Racicot. Now he moves it out there. That's Freeman, rather. Freeman across the blue line. Into the Massena zone. Makes the shift. Has the puck botted away. And the puck slides, but not out to center ice. Bouncing. In the corner it goes. Todd Manning with it for Massena. Flips it along the boards. Here comes Tommy Moore down the left wing side. He's being bothered. Bounces back to Manning. Manning takes it across the red line. Steps by a check. Flips it in the zone. Right back out again, though, is Doyle. And he dumps it down the ice. They wave off the icing. No, they didn't wave it off.
Well, one did, and the back official, Obie O'Brien, didn't see it. They didn't have their signal straight there. Mark Walsh waved it off, and Obie O'Brien blew the call, so they're going to have it at center ice. Talk about being hogtied and roped up. Joey Fauché had Martin Racicot all tied up with his arms and his fingers and his hands that time, Jerry.
They're going to go with the icing call, apparently, and move the faceoff back inside Northwood territory.
Right here in front of us, he waved it off. if we can get Roger to play that one back for us, we could.
Obi's definitely the senior out there, though.
He must be.
So he made the call. Massena catches a break there, no doubt about it. Off the faceoff, right side. The draw. Morris is out there again with his line mates as the puck slides around the boards for Racicot, trying to flip to the blue line, and it's out to center ice as Cameron couldn't keep it in. Trying to flip it to Bigelow. Bigelow gets knocked down. He gets it in the zone. Here's Cameron. Cameron stays with it in the corner, looking for Bigelow in the slot. His shot, score! Jeff Bigelow!
Here we go, just like last year, never say die. The yeoman's work on that one, Jerry. Chris Cameron, youngster on that left side, just a junior, his first game up on the varsity, took the puck, beat the defenseman down in the corner, but he had presence of mind. He turned and he didn't panic. He didn't blindly throw it away. He looked up and he saw Jeff Bigelow busting down the slot on that left side. He feathered a pass right on his stick, and Bigelow fired a low shot to the far corner that beat Shane Neal on his glove side, almost right along the ice. And that came with just 59 seconds left in the period and in the game.
Chris Cameron getting the assist. Yeah, that's it, just Cameron. And Bigelow picks up his second goal of the game. And I guess everybody was expecting big things out of the captain this year, and I think they're going to get it.
Well, this is a great sign for this club to be down like this, to come back in that first game, regardless if they win it or lose it. This is a big pick-me-up for them to, hey, we can pick up what we did last year, where we were never really out of any game, down in the dying stages or whatever. We've got that opportunity. We've got the talent. We can come back and tie it up. Big lifter, Chris Cameron, great pass, and Jeff Bigelow didn't make any mistake.
14:01, the time of that goal. 59 seconds left to play in the third period. And now Massena is going to make a change here as Joey Faucher's line comes out to face off against the Freeman line. Now this line gives away a little on size.
But not on heart.
That's for sure. Off the face-off, the puck back inside Northwood territory. Northwood moving out to center ice. They hit the winger. That's Preston. He breaks in the zone, trying to get by post. But McCracken comes to help out and steals the puck. Flips it ahead for Faucher. Joey makes the shift across the blue line. Flips it free. Tommy Moore shot. Big save. Rebound. Faucher in the slot. The backhander knocked down and back the other way. Here comes Northwood. Big chance for Massena right there. Across the blue line. Here's Fowler. His shot knocked down. Bouncing puck in the slot. Poked away to the blue line. They jam at it. And Moore gets a piece of it. Doesn't get it out. Now Moore does. And he flips it to center ice. One man back, and that's defenseman Doyle. He picks it up. He's going to play with it a little bit. Flip it to the Massena line. Bouncing puck goes by Fowler and into the zone just barely. Manning trying to get it back out. It's still in the zone. He has to come back for it. Flips it ahead. That's going to be an icing call on Massena. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. So the icing call with 2 seconds will move the faceoff back into the Massena zone. Massena with a golden opportunity to win the hockey game, and they just missed.
Yes, and with 2 seconds, if I were Coach Tom Broderick, I'd pull my goaltender here in this faceoff down in the Massena end with 2 seconds.
Guess who will take the faceoff from Massena?
I have an idea who will take the faceoff from Massena, but let's see if Coach Tom Broderick's going to pull his goaltender. I see that looking down to the right, the net is empty. I think he's going to go with 6 attackers, and he has nothing to lose in this situation.
That's right.
But again, we've flipped the switch, and old man Momentum switched to the other side. The Raiders' legs are full of vim and vigor, and after that heartbreaking goal on the Northwood side with 59 seconds, you can just see the lead form in those old legs, Jerry.
Such a great game, hockey, the way the momentum can swing and change.
High school athletics, you can't beat it.
Freeman will face off against Morris. Face off right side. The shot right on as the buzzer sounds.
And I don't know what Mr. Freeman is. He's complaining about the 2 seconds, I think. But it was a great move on his part. He's a right-hander, and he a backhander off the draw, and he just flipped it right on net. Got a shot on net.
Apparently, we're not going to play overtime.
No OT?
That's too bad.
Yes, it is.
That is too bad. I'm kind of disappointed.
But probably, again, has it turned out, if there's justice, both teams probably maybe deserved a tie in this one, Jerry. First period to the Northwood club. Well, they're calling them over, possibly.
Did they say go? Did they say stay?
No, they're going to have overtime. He's signaling to the Zamboni man, hey, come on. We won't do the ice. We're going to go with, see what they tack up there, 5 minutes. I think they're going to put 5 minutes up on the board. And,
yeah.
give them a shot to go. The fans want it. I'm sure the players do. But it wouldn't surprise me that either coach, although you don't want it, they'll say at times like kissing your sister. But on a game like this, when it was Northwood with the edge the first period, Massena with the edge the second period, and this third period, I think probably is standoff. So a tie wouldn't disappoint either coach in that aspect. But we're gonna have 5 minutes.
So sudden death overtime. First game of the year, it goes to overtime, David. I don't know if that's a harbinger for things to come. But
well, I hope it is.
Yeah.
Because we didn't think that, at least I didn't think it was going to be hard to duplicate last season, all the thrills that they gave me and gave both of us and all their fans. And it was just super entertainment. You couldn't get a better, what does it cost to get into a hockey game, Jerry? $1.50, but fans certainly can get their money's worth. As we talked, high school sports, they're the best, regardless, and I don't mean just hockey, whether it's basketball or football. These kids, you have a different, have some players that's skilled a little bit more than others, but the heart is there. They all work the same, and this is what it's all about.
Saves in the third period for goaltender Shane Neal. He had a total of 10 three-period total of 35. 7 saves for Javier Garritti, a three-period total of 24. So Massena out shooting Northwood by about 10 shots on net. The goals at 6:55, Martin Racicot from Brian Palmer and Jim Fowler. At 14:01, Jeff Bigelow from Chris Cameron. And we're underway in overtime. Morris takes it across the blue line. Here comes Jake getting by the defense. Centers it right in front. They jam and score! Chris Cameron, and Massena wins it 10 seconds into the overtime.
Well, that one didn't take long. And I'm trying to look out here what line that Coach Tom Broderick had. He had his first unit out. There was one change, and Northwood's complaining that there was somebody in the crease, and I don't think that's going to hold up.
I don't think so.
They're not going to. Jake Morris, to analyze that one, Jake just came down the right side, crossed the blue line. It was on his backhand, and turned the shoulder in and dumped it out in front. I can't tell if it went off a Northwood player. Chris Cameron was in that slot, possibly went in. We'll have to wait till the official announcement, but there was a maze of players. All we know that it took 10 seconds, and a tough loss for the young prep school. And Coach Tom Broderick's telling his kids, come on, let's get out of the way, get back over here. Good move by Coach Tom Broderick. We're here to set an example, not to argue with the officials. They made the call, and that's the way it's going to stand. And that's going to be the final score. Obie O'Brien and Mark Walsh have called that a goal. And again, all we know that Jake Morris, from almost behind the goal line, he was being forced behind. Here comes the announcement.
Let's see what the official. Yep, Cameron.
Okay, Chris Cameron, he got the big assist. What bigger thrill for a youngster in his first game? He made the big pass to set up Jeff Bigelow, and the tying goal with 59 seconds. He comes back with 10 seconds into the overtime to get his first goal. What a thrill for him. A good hockey game, exciting hockey game, and these young men are to be commended. Jake Morris on the assist, Chris Cameron on the goal. That's the official 10-second mark. What a start, Jerry.
Well, here we go, folks. The Massena Red Raiders coming up with a very big victory here against a very tough Northwood squad. No time for any saves in that overtime. There may have been coming across. Well,
I don't think there was a save there. It just went into the slot, and a maze of players. Somehow Chris Cameron utilized his good size, his 5'11", 160, and he muscled his way in there. And whether he got a good piece of it, I couldn't tell, but I know it trickled in behind goalie Shane Neal, and the Raiders come out 3-2 at the 10-second mark. Big win, way to start off the season, and tough loss for the Northwood club.
So, a very, very big win for the Massena Red Raiders. And again, Jeff Bigelow doing yeoman's work. I thought he should have gotten an assist on that goal, too, because after all, he fed it to Morris. But they didn't give it to him, so it's Morris feeding Cameron for the winning goal 10 seconds into the overtime. And the Massena Red Raiders go 1-0 on the season. Their first game, their first victory, hard-fought game, a good learning experience, I think, and an exciting game.
Yes.
Yeah, super. Once again, our final score, the Massena Red Raiders 3 and Northwood Prep 2.